Bare knuckle to Queensbury. Heavyweight boxing began as bare knuckle fighting in the 1700s and continued through the 1800s under rules that allowed wrestling, throws, and prolonged clinching. Champions such as Tom Cribb and Jem Mace fought without gloves, on open ground, with rounds ending only when a man was knocked down. After a fall, the fighter had 30 seconds to return to the scratch mark at the center. If he could not stand and reach the mark, he lost. These contests could last dozens of rounds. John L. Sullivan became the most famous bare-knuckle champion and served as the bridge into the gloved era. His 1889 bout with Jake Kilrain was the last major heavyweight championship fought under London prize ring rules. Soon after, the Queensbury rules, which required padded gloves, timed rounds, and counting knockdowns, were widely adopted. Early 1900s title era. With gloves, timed rounds, and formal refereeing in place, heavyweight boxing entered a period where the public began to recognize a single champion. James J. Corbett became the first modern heavyweight champion when he defeated John L. Sullivan in 1892 using a style based on footwork, distancing, and counterpunching rather than brute force. Corbett's reign showed that boxing skill could overcome brawling strength, and his fights were widely covered in newspapers, helping the sport gain national attention. Corbett eventually lost to Bob Fitzsimmons, an accurate puncher whose technique produced one of the most famous knockouts in boxing history. It became famous because Fitzsimmons won with a single solar plexus punch, at a time when body shots were not widely viewed as fight-ending blows. Corbett had been leading earlier rounds, but the body shot ended the fight. Fitzsimmons then lost to James J. Jeffries, a champion who defended the title repeatedly. Their reigns established the idea of lineage, one champion staying on top until beaten in the ring. Title fights began moving into cities and large venues, and early film and newspapers helped spread the results to wider audiences. Promoters stepped in and marketed the challengers more actively, helping build attendance. By the time Tommy Burns held the belt in the mid-1900s, the public accepted the idea of a single world heavyweight champion, and boxing became a mainstream commercial sport.